Egypt's Red Crescent received the 36th batch of the wounded Palestinians and sent 5,590 tons of aid to Gaza. The Egyptian Red Crescent, the ERC, stated that it had received the 37th batch of the wounded Palestinians and dispatched more than 5,590 tons of humanitarian aid to Gaza through the 180th Zaid al-Izz from Egypt to Gaza convoy. The organization said that the shipment included about 2,680 tons of food and flour, over 1,170 tons of medical and relief supplies, and roughly 1,740 tons of fuel intended to support the hospitals and the other critical facilities. It also said that it had delivered shelter and basic items for the displaced people, including more than 7,500 tents for the displaced families, over 11,000 clothing items, hundreds of blankets and mattresses, and more than 13,000 tarpaulins. At Rafah, the ERC said it was facilitating the movement of the injured Palestinians and their companions while providing meals, clothing, hygiene supplies, and return kits for those heading back into Gaza. It said that it had maintained operations at the crossing since the start of the war. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Badr Abdul Ati stepped up the diplomatic engagement in last week's visit to Washington, holding talks with the senior American lawmakers and participating in the high-level panel on Gaza as Cairo intensifies the efforts to address the escalating regional conflicts and advance the de-escalation initiatives. The meetings come amid heightened instability across the Middle East, with Egypt positioning itself as a key interlocutor with the regional and the international partners on containing conflict, especially in Gaza, Lebanon and Sudan, as well as the efforts to revive the stalled diplomatic tracks. Foreign Minister Abdul Ati met with the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Brian Mast as part of the broader round of talks with the members of the Congress. During the meeting, the Foreign Minister underscored the Egyptian commitment to strengthening the cooperation with the committee in support of the long-standing Egyptian-American strategic partnership, highlighting coordination across the political, economic, security and the military spheres. The discussions covered a range of regional issues, including the ongoing military escalation, Egypt's efforts to contain the conflicts, developments in the Palestinian cause, and the situations in Lebanon and Sudan. Talks also addressed the Egyptian water security, with Abdul Ati outlining Cairo's position. Mast, for his part, expressed support for the bilateral partnership and praised the Egyptian role in promoting peace and stability in the Middle East. Abdul Ati also met with Gregory Meeks, the ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, to discuss strengthening cooperation and maintaining close coordination with the Congress. During the meeting, Foreign Minister Abdul Ati reiterated the Egyptian efforts to support security and stability in the Middle East and Africa, stressing that the partnership with Washington remains a cornerstone in addressing the regional challenges. He pointed to the growing range of threats facing the region, underscoring the responsibility of regional states to safeguard the national security and maintain regional and international peace. Meeks praised the Egyptian stabilizing role and expressed hope for deeper cooperation between the two countries. Separately, Abdul Ati participated in a high-level panel discussion on the Palestinian issue at the World Bank headquarters alongside the senior international officials to coordinate efforts to support the Palestinians and address the humanitarian situation in Gaza. In his remarks, Abdul Ati warned that escalating regional crises risk diverting the international attention from Gaza's deteriorating humanitarian conditions, stressing the need to sustain focus and intensify the joint efforts to de-escalate the conflict. He also called for enabling the National Committee tasked with administering Gaza to begin operating from within the Strip as a step toward restoring full governance by the Palestinian Authority. He urged the swift deployment of an international stabilization force. The Foreign Minister emphasized the need to prioritize the projects with immediate impact on the ground, including the provision of medical supplies, construction materials, desalination facilities, mobile power stations, and temporary housing to help make Gaza livable during the transitional phase.